Hi everyone, welcome to this lesson for easy guitar. This one is perfect as one of your first guitar lessons. In this lesson we're going to look at 3 different chords that you can play with just one finger. Let's check it out together. So just a few quick notes before we get into the actual chords. We're going to look at just some reminders about posture, how we're holding the guitar. As best we can, if we can keep good posture and just have the guitar resting on our leg, right leg for a right-handed player, and so forth. And as best we can, if we can keep the guitar close to our body and straight up and down. Sometimes as new players we have the habit of kind of leaning the guitar down so that we can see what we're doing with this hand, but in the long run that's going to hurt our hand position here when it comes to forming these chords. So let's just pull the guitar up, keep it nice and straight, and we can keep it close that way. And then as we need to look at our chord hand, we can just kind of lean over the guitar neck and see it. We can see our work that way. And as best we can too, this is sometimes tricky when we're starting out. It changes too as you play, but for these exercises, we really want to try and keep the thumb from coming over the top. We'll keep him in the back a little bit, just so that we can get a good position on our hands when we form these chords. And then of course we want to make sure that our guitar is in tune. You can find more material on that. I'll provide links as references. But once we're in tune, we have those reminders, we can go ahead and take a look at these chords together. So real quickly before we get into learning each of the chords, a quick benefit of learning these chords as your first ones is this method is really intended to build strength and coordination in our fretting hand. In other words, the one that goes on the guitar neck. Because we're going to be making these chords using only one finger, and it's going to be a process. We're going to gradually build strength and coordination until we can form full chords with more than one finger. But just to start out, we're going to use one finger at a time for today. And related to music, basically what is a chord? It's really just a group of notes played together at the same time, we could say. So on the guitar, instead of picking out individual notes, it's just those notes played together. And we strum straight down the strings with our pick or our thumb. And that's really the idea. So let's take a look at the first chord together. We're going to use just our first finger, the index finger, our first finger to form this chord. We're going to take our first finger and he's going to go on the first fret right here on the second string. So this string right here, second from the bottom on the first fret. And he's going to sit straight on the string just like that. And to play the chord, we're just going to strum the bottom 3 strings, just like these guys. So the bottom 3, and that's known as our simple C chord. So a great way of practicing these chords is to take our hand off the guitar neck, form the chord slowly, strum the chord, and then pick each note individually to check that each one's ringing. So that's a great little way of practicing. So hand off the guitar neck, form the chord, strum, and then pick. One thing to watch out for as we do these chords is, we talked about it earlier, is just making sure our fingers are straight down on the strings. Because if they get a little tired or we're kind of leaning them back or rolling them over a little bit, we're going to miss some notes in the chord. So this is how the chord sounds. But if we roll our finger back a little bit accidentally, hear that little sound? That bottom string is not ringing out because my finger's accidentally touching it. So I roll the finger back up, there's the bottom string. So that's a quick little note. It takes practice to do, so don't worry if it happens at the beginning. Just gradually continue working at letting the finger land straight down on the string. So there's our simple C chord. Now let's learn the second chord. Again, same method. We're only going to use one of our fingers to make the chord. We're going to use our second finger this time. And it's going to go on the second fret on the fifth string. So the fifth string is all the way up here, just under the top string. So string number 5. So second finger, fifth string, second fret, right here. And to form this chord, we're just going to strum all 6 strings. Sounds like this. And this is the E minor 7th chord. E minor 7th. So again, same thing. We take the hand off the guitar neck. Let's form the chord. Strum it. And then play each note. So again, hand off the guitar neck, form the chord, and strum it. Excellent. So now for the last chord. Same principle again. We're only going to take one of our fingers and we're going to form this chord. This time we're going to use our ring finger. So it's going to be the third finger, our ring finger, third fret on the first string, just like this. So third finger, third fret, first string. And to form this chord, we're going to strum the bottom 4 strings of the guitar. And this is the simple G major chord. Simple G chord. So again, practice it the same way. Take the hand off the guitar neck, form the chord, strum it, and pick each note individually. We can do it one more time. Hand off the guitar neck, form the chord, and strum. That's great. That is great. So let's just review those 3 chords. We started with the simple C chord and our first finger. So first finger, second string, first fret, and strum the bottom 3. The second chord was our E minor 7. Made use of our second finger, fifth string, second fret, just like this. Strum all 6 strings for this one. And finally, our simple G chord. Made use of our third finger, first string, third fret, just like this. And we strum the bottom 4 strings of the guitar. So that's the idea. I hope you enjoy these 3 different chords that you can use when you first start playing guitar that make use of just one finger at a time. thanks again for sticking with me through this lesson. Really enjoy going over this beginning guitar material. And as I said at the beginning, it's designed to be one of your first lessons, and the idea of keeping the chords simple, using just one finger at a time, is really effective in not only learning the chords, but again building strength and coordination in your fretting hand gradually. You don't have to rush it. Build the strength and get the feel of these chords, making them nice and clean. And then in further lessons that I'm going to be working on, we're going to go ahead and add more fingers to these chords so that we can make them a bit more full sounding, a little bit more complicated for your fretting hand as you progress as a guitar player. So thanks again for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.